Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Fresh Jazzy Sounds. I have a new batch of records I want to show. Of course it includes some jazz funk, but we start off with some soul. And the first album is by Michael Kiwanuka. He released this album in 2016 and it's called Love and Hate. And I was really surprised by this album. It's a wonderful sounding album. It has a little bit of a retro vibe to it, but on the other hand, it sounds very fresh. This is a more up-tempo song. It holds also slower songs. It's a gatefold, and inside the photo, this really shows how the album sounds. It's very well recorded, and it is as if he's standing in front of you when he's singing and playing. It's released by Polydor. Next album I want to show is by Dacne A De Cocina. It is an EP. It holds 5 songs. And it is called One Takes, as I think all the songs are done in one take. And this album has very much a jazzy vibe to it. It is a South African band that is playing. It is released by Brownswood and produced by Jill Peterson. And that is really the vibe you're getting. All the songs are based on jazz classics except for the last song, which is Stuck. And it's actually fun that this is an EP, because you can just listen to this for 20-25 minutes and then switch to something else. I really like it that more and more artists are releasing EPs. The next album is also an EP, which I was very happy to find. It's still by the band, I can't pronounce their name, but I just discovered them this year. And this is actually their debut. I think this is the very first release they did. And it is called The Infamous Bill. And it has exactly the same sound as their long player. Very addictive, you just want to hear more and more from them. The sound this trio puts together and mixes together is really unique and so much fun to listen to it. This was released as a record store day release, but 2015, so it was actually from last year. This surprised me because I completely missed them in 2015. And the next album is by Niagara, and I think everybody now knows Niagara. Those are made famous by the Boobs album. This is the follow-up, Sub. And it's fun how they changed their sound a little bit. And I think partly this is because the times, because this one is released in 1972. So you can hear that they're now more playing with funk and try to make it more groovy. So I call it immediately jazz funk. I must say I prefer this album much than their debut. Of course it's still Klaus Weitz who's doing the drums, and there's drums, percussion, congas. But those songs are now shorter and that's a little more easy to digest. Because of course it's still fun to hear a lot of percussion. Next album is by Thesda, I think if that's the way you pronounce it, Spaced Out. This is a tip by Tom, EFFTXP. He showed it the first time. It's very funky actually. There's a little bit of vocal on it. must say I don't know that much about the band. It's a reissue, of course. Reissued by Left Ear Recordings in 2015. And the original release was in 1979. And you can hear that. That's especially as you can hear the bass. It's really a popping, funky bass on it. But I must say, this is really an excellent jazz funk album. The next album is also, I learned about it in the VC. It was Andrew Champ Sound who introduced it. He did a series 5x5. I have not seen many updates on this. I miss it because this was an excellent tip and recommendation. Andrew Wartts and the Gospel Storytellers. This is an album I also bought together with Tom because shipping was very expensive to do it directly. Andrew did a complete explanation, so if you want to see that, I would suggest visiting his channel. He can do it much better than I did it. It's a gospel album, but it does not sound like a gospel album. It's, I would say almost it's a little bit funky, and that's especially because of the rhythm guitar and the rhythm section. Here's a photo. This is reissued in 2016 or 2015. The original albums are very expensive. But the fun thing is, especially if you go, for example, to this song, I think he does a complete story from the Bible and it still sounds crazy funky. Really enjoy, and this is the great thing about the VC. Otherwise I would have never learned about this album. It's really, and it's so fun to own this album and listen to it.
Called on Jesus and gave this command. Rise up and walk.
The last album I want to show is by Hiroshi Suzuki, and this is really jazz funk at its best. It's from Japan. It's called The Cat, or just Cat. He plays the trombone and the sound is a little bit similar to the Jazz Crusaders, but really, he just nails it. It's a reissue by HMV from Japan, so it's with the open strip. The liner notes are also completely in Japanese, so I cannot tell you much about it. I think originally it was released on Columbia in 1976. That was the last song. I hope you enjoyed this new episode of Fresh Jazzy Sounds, and see you the next time. Bye bye.